Okay, we're going to do a part 2 of this because I didn't want to do it off camera really, because I consider that as cheating. And then obviously you might not see this bit because if it goes really wrong, then I won't show it to you. What I will show you though is the broken window where it went. Now I just don't get what's wrong with it. So I'm going to try a little bit more tension. Do you remember in the last bit we tried changing the tension? Well, I'm going to try changing it way back the other way. Because I haven't got any timing machines or any of the good stuff. I've only got a pair of tweezers and an oiler. So I'm going to turn it way around that side now. So we've gone way in the opposite direction with it. So, will it work? I don't know. I can only say I'll give it a go. So what we need to do is we need to get the roller jewel back in the pallet fork. That's kind of doing it. Let's pop the balance cock on. What I will say to you is, if you start to do this kind of stuff yourself, be prepared for very late nights, because once you start, you'll find it very difficult to give up. Yeah, when you're trying to kind of make the most of what you got, sometimes it's quite interesting. It's so close to running, but again, you know, how are the jewels? How are the jewels? That's the question. See, it's so nearly there. Tell you what we'll do. We've got plenty of time on this. See if I can find another top balance cock. See if we can find one. Is there any in here? A minute. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. I'll have a look. That's the right size. I'm just going to try a bit of potluck, because that's what it is. I should really have taken it apart, cleaned it, examined all the parts before we got to this stage. But you know, what can you do? It's like you look there, you see all that scratching. I mean, what's that all about? Why would that be like it? You know, just poor old watch has had a poor tough life. I might as well have you. I've got to do 2 of these today. Yes. And if they go onto a website to be sold, they're going to be sold as either spares or repair watches. Or needing servicing. That's what I can think of. And then it went flying. Come on. Really? Really, really, really? You want to be that awkward? Deary, deary me. Maybe I put a bit too much on it when we ordered the hairspring around. But when you're doing it as a hobby, these are the things you have to sort of come up against. Because unless you've got thousands of quid's worth of equipment, and also if you know how to fix watches, I think probably fixing watches is the most important part. Yeah, that's what I think you need to know really, how to fix watches. I think even without all the equipment, still if you can fix watches you can do it. But as you can see, I have a bit of an issue. I have a bit of an issue with it all. It's called not knowing what you're doing. Yeah. I'm afraid that's what it's called. That is totally out of whack now. Totally out of whack. Nobody said it was going to be easy. So what we're going to do is take it out and we're going to put it back to where I thought it should have been in the beginning, which is almost at 90 degrees to those arms. Do you remember I altered it and said it was way over? And then I moved it way back. Well, I did that because it looked about right to me. But it obviously wasn't. Let's have another go. Oh gosh, sorry about that. I didn't realise you weren't with me. I was somewhere else, wasn't I? I was somewhere else entirely. Screw's gone again. I told you when we started this, I said this watch was going to torment me. Did tell you that. You didn't believe me. Ah, Dave, you're talking rubbish. But told you, I knew it had issues. Did say. I think you had problems. Nobody listened. You'll be fine, they said. It'll be alright. Give it a go. Left the balance cock a little bit loose this time, because sometimes that can help lining up. Sometimes it can. Sometimes it can work against you. Well, that worked out well, didn't it? Pop straight in. But is it any good? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Alright. So, what would we do in the real world now? Apart from go to the pub. We've got to diagnose it, haven't we? We've got to find out why. We've done one side of the watch. We've done the powertrain side of the watch. Now we're on the broken part of the watches over this side. So let's have a look at the pallet fork. Well, the jewels are there, and it kind of, normally when they've got that sort of flick in them, then I'm normally pretty cool. Everything's all right with them. But I'm just going to try and move that light a little bit. It might blind you for a second. Why? Has someone taken this plate off or taken that screw out? Do you know what? This is going to pain me. This is going to pain me. Truly, this is going to pain me. But I can't let it go. This is going to pain me an awful lot. I said to you, I didn't want to do this. I did. Told you, I don't want to do it. Well, this is the only way I'm going to get a real definitive answer to some of the problems. As in, firstly, are the balance jewels okay? Let us use the original balance cock. done it again. It's done it again to me, hasn't it? There it is. I don't know if you can hear the sirens as they're coming to get me. The Horology Department of Great Britain have sent their police out for me. That's what they've done. Knocking the door down in a minute. Leave that watch alone. The balance was knackered. Doesn't it just want to make you cry? It certainly makes me want to cry. It certainly does. Now don't get me wrong, but I always find at times like this, a large glass of Jameson's whiskey. That normally helps, but not today. It's too early, it's only 2 o'clock. But can you see, you've just got to keep going. You know, we could have easily given up on that. All right, now do I want to sell it with that brand new thing in it? I don't know. What, you know, now I should take it all apart, shouldn't I? And I should oil it and service it and make it a lovely living, breathing thing again. What value is there to it? 50 quid, 60 quid if I'm lucky. You know, I don't know. I do not know what to think of it all. It just goes to show you that the pivots on that other balance wheel were, they weren't great. So, here endeth lesson 1. So, I'm not going to rebuild all this watch. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do something a little bit wild and a little bit drastic. Right, what I'm going to do in the next video is I'm going to take this apart again. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to measure the balance staff. I'm going to measure the balance staff, and I'm going to look through all my balance staffs to see if I can find one that is the same, and then we'll see if we can restaff the balance wheel. Sounds like a plan to me. It really does. But there you go, children. It took a while. That was a long old haul, wasn't it? New insides, repaired the winder, popped in a new balance staff, well, new balance wheel. And as you can see, everyone is a winner. Till next time. Well, what did I decide to do? I decided it was oiled, cleaned, put back together, right screws in the right holes, ticking away, working well. So I've decided this is the watch I'm probably going to keep for myself now. It's got a brand new balance in it. We've repaired the barrel, so it's got a newer barrel in it. It's keeping good time. It's been running now, well, I guess best part of 10 hours or more. Yeah, it must be nearly 12 hours. It's probably gained 30 seconds if you can be that accurate with it. So yeah, I've decided the strap watch, for the time being, it's going to be my watch. So we'll pop the back on. I'll just give you another quick view of it before we put it away. 41381274, 1943. Sadly, they didn't quite get the ministry marks on it properly, but you know, that's not a big problem to me. I'm just pleased that at last it's finished. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a marathon, but as I've said to you before, I'm an amateur and I don't take anything off camera if I can help it, and you see the whole process, no speeded up, no bits missing. Hope you enjoyed it, and remember we've got this other Elgin we've got to look at, so that might be a project for today. I'll see see how I feel. Let's get that over there a bit, that's a bit better. Yeah, so sister and brother, I think we'll probably have no go at this one tomorrow. Might do it today, I'm not sure. Same thing, winding, not nothing happening. This one though might not be such a big deal because the balance seems to be moving around quite well. So we'll see. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Until next time.